If cheesy, beefy chili gravy smothered on top sounds like your type of goodness, then you're gonna love this one. We're talking a warm, comforting, ooey gooey type of hug on a plate. This is a Tex-Mex classic, cheese enchiladas made Chris Kitchen way. Let's do it. Lean, like super lean ground beef. I'm just adding a little bit of avocado oil to help me with my meat. And we'll go ahead and start breaking it up, but keeping it like flat on that side so we can get a good sear. So it's browning really well. We want to go ahead and start adding some seasoning to this at this point. And what we're going to add are a little bit of salt, like a very little bit of salt, some garlic and onion granules, black pepper, some complete, and then I do a mix of chicken and beef bouillon for this. You don't have to do that. You can pick one or the other, or the chicken tomato one would be really great for this as well. We're just gonna sprinkle that in, and then we'll start working our meat. But look at that pretty brown color I got on the meat by just letting it hang out at the bottom there for a bit. So that is the color we want to get on our meat. And we'll start mixing it around so that those seasonings can get throughout. Now that our meat is mostly brown, I'm going to go ahead and introduce our vegetables that we chopped up. We have our tomatoes, the onions, and then the jalapeno. Remember, no seeds, so that it doesn't bring the heat, but it definitely gives us that flavor that we want. So we're just going to dump those all in, start mixing that around. And this one little step is what's going to really take your enchiladas up a notch, right? So you get your veggies in. On top of that, it's just going to give it an amazing flavor. And you're just, people are going to be like, what's the difference? Why does yours taste better than the restaurants? And it's because you came over here and hung out with Chris Kitchen, honey. Mix that all in really well to ensure that it's like through and through. And we're on a medium high heat. We'll just let that hang out and kind of sweat down a little bit before we add our garlic. So I'm gonna cover it. Let those hang out. We got liquid in our pot, which we definitely want. We're just going to start to move it over. And that's the water content. That's not fat or grease or anything that you need to get rid of. You want to keep that in your flavor. It's going to build our gravy. So now we're going to add our garlic, and I wanted to do that at this state so we don't burn it. You could add it all at once, but I don't like burnt garlic. So we're just going to cook this over here. There is a little bit of fat content over here until we can smell the garlic. So about 30 seconds. We'll get a tasting spoon right now just to kind of check for salt. So kind of get some of our liquid up. Salt is good because we're going to add more salt when we add the enchilada seasoning into our pot. So we don't want to add any more salt. We're going to go ahead and sprinkle in our enchilada seasoning. This is the particular brand I enjoy. So we'll use that and sprinkle this in. We're going to start to work this right into the meat before we add any water or anything like that. Keep in mind, we have some liquid already in our pot. Right. So as you can see, our enchilada sauce has already started to turn a different color. It's already thickening up from being with that liquid that we have. Our seasonings. And if you can tell, the bottom of our pan here, it has those bits that are starting to stick to the bottom, those good yummy brown bits that we want to get up. And all we're going to do is come in with some water. Remember, we already have our chicken beef bouillon mixture in here, so we don't need to add anything like that. You definitely could add beef or chicken broth as opposed to adding the bouillon. I have about 2 cups of water here. I still want to account for the liquid that was previously in our pan. So I'm gonna do like 1.5 cups. And while I mix this and get it kind of going, we're going to make sure to work up those bottom brown bits. I'm actually gonna switch to a wooden. So I switched to a wooden spoon so I can really get those bits at the bottom up. But as you can see, our enchilada gravy or sauce is coming together really beautifully. Now, while this is ideal if you were going to use this just for the filling, but that's not what we're doing. We're actually going to drizzle this on top. So I'm going to add the rest of that water, and maybe even another 1/2 cup once we see how that incorporates. Because we don't want it too thick, because our corn tortillas will actually absorb some of this liquid as it bakes in the oven. So we're going to taste. This is a clean spoon. This is the gravy that's gonna make them come back. They keep coming back for more. Okay? You wanna make this. All right, so we need some tortillas. I just warmed these for a few seconds in the microwave, and then we're just going to fry them for a few seconds in this shallow oil, like just to kind of heat them through and give them a little bit of a crust. So fry them and then place them off to the side. We can't have cheese enchiladas without the cheese. So we're going to freshly grate some cheese into with our grater here. I love this thing. So I basically use a Mexican blend, and then I also use just kind of a medium cheddar to give us a variety. So in total, it'll be about 5 cheeses blended into our enchiladas. Now for assembly, a girl needs her apron, okay? Because as delicious as this gravy is, I ain't messing up my shirt. Now this is one of those situations, it's gonna get messy, okay? So we're going to take our tortilla and we're just gonna dunk it real quick into our sauce. We'll use a spoon to help us kind of give us a little coating on our tortilla, okay? And then we're going to take this, add a little bit of our Mexican blend, and then a little bit of our cheddar. Ooh. And then we'll just roll them nice and tight and let her hang out over there. And we'll just keep repeating that until we get them all good and good. Now that we have our cheese enchiladas assembled, tightly rolled up, it's time to add our delicious gravy. Just spoon it right on over. We just want to make sure every nook and cranny is covered with this gravy. And then of course, to finish her off, we're going to top it with the cheese. I know you didn't think we wasted time shredding cheese to not have cheese on top. And now we're gonna take our dish and put it in the oven, 375 for about 10-15 minutes, just until the top of the cheese gets nice and bubbly. And she's done, yes. Alrighty, let's get some plated up. I let it sit for about maybe 5 minutes or so. Now remember, you're not gonna get like a perfect 2 full enchiladas. Like, we're gonna get it as best as we can, because oh my God, all of this meat and cheese, we want all of it. We want all of it. And then of course we need some razzle dazzle. So we're gonna add a little bit of cilantro right on top there for our salad greens. And that is our beefy, cheesy, delicious gravy on top, smothered goodness. Hug on a plate. Now, of course I have to have that for photos. And you know Greedy's not going to not try it. So I'll just finish off this row here. I wish you could smell this. I wish you could smell this. You know what, girl? Get you a plate and come on, because you gonna want seconds. You gonna want seconds. Like, just get you a plate, come on to the house, and get in here. I'm gonna add my little razzle dazzle as well, because she deserves her salad greens too. All right, it's still, like, as you can see, steaming hot. Steaming hot. Here we go. Let's see. Do we get a good cheese pull? Oh, 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 oh. Oh my gosh, it's so hot. I'm not kidding. Somebody's abuela just came and hugged me and told me, muy bien. Enjoy, y'all. See you next time for Tex Mex Tuesday. Oh my God. I said I wasn't gonna win, but jeez, this is so good. You gotta get some of this.